This one is so hard for me. I'm just struggling making this video. The last 18 months have been crazy. I know, I've been right there with you. That's why it's even harder to discuss today's topic. For families and nannies, entitlement is at an all-time high. The things we are seeing, the requests from families and the expectations from nannies, we have never seen before. For 20 years, I've dedicated myself to the nanny field and educating families on how to treat nannies with respect, pay them properly, pay them legally. I've been educating nannies on how to do their jobs properly with education backgrounds and everything it takes to be a professional nanny. So this is why this topic's so hard. I know that parents have entitlement right now, but today I'm talking to nannies. On a side note, I'm going to start a parent series. So on Saturdays it will be nannies and on Wednesdays it will be parents, and that's going to start next week. So you can check that out. But today I'm talking to nannies still. Entitlement, like I said, is at an all-time high. I've never seen it like this before, and I've never seen these expectations. Let's go over a few examples of entitlement and how I'm hoping maybe you will either see it in yourself, see it in someone else, take a step back and see how it's damaging to you, your career, and to the families you work for. If we haven't met before, I'm Michelle Kelsey, and each week I bring you new videos to help you get better jobs and make more money. Let's dive right into entitlement today. One of the ways we're seeing it come out is when nannies apply for jobs. They see the job posting, and let's just say it's $30 an hour. So they say, yes, I'd be interested in this position at $30 an hour. They go to the interview and they see the family's home, the family's vehicles, whatever it is, what they see as wealth. Then they come back and they say, I'm interested in that job, but I'd like $40 an hour. The job description hasn't changed. The job responsibilities haven't changed. This nanny's experience, education, background has not changed. But what's changed is when they see how much money the family has. How much you perceive the family to have in terms of money and finances does not determine your wage. I'll put the video up there on how to determine your worth. What determines your wage is the job responsibilities, your background, education, training, all of those things. How much money the family is perceived to have or not have does not determine your wage. Another example that we hear in a similar vein is if they can afford to drive a BMW, a Range Rover, a Mercedes, then they can afford to pay me X. Take a moment and step back. I know from dealing with families over the last 20 years that just because someone looks wealthy, presents as wealthy, doesn't mean they're swimming in debt, $2 away from not being able to make a car payment, $2 away from not being able to make their mortgage payment. You do not know this family's actual situation. And so just take a moment to think about that. If you're not making enough money and if this family's not paying you enough, then there are different reasons not to accept a job, whether it's values, job responsibilities, the family, whatever it is, there are lots of reasons that this job isn't right for you. Another example of this that might put it into perspective is Jeff Bezos is worth millions, billions, I don't actually even know. He is worth so much money, but that doesn't change how much money people in his company make. That is not what determines how much money you make in a job. I know it's a difficult one to swallow, but take a step back, look at the job, look at your experience, decide how much you should make for that position, and that's what you should do, not dependent on your perception of family's wealth. This one is so hard for me. I'm just struggling making this video. I want to educate and show nannies what's happening in the field that's damaging the industry. At the same time, I don't want to lecture you or seem like I know best. So take it for what it's worth. And these are the things we're seeing at the agency during COVID. I've never seen these things in all my years of working in the nanny field. Getting off work early. This one's another difficult one. We often get calls from nannies who say, the mom comes home early and she just goes into her bedroom and takes a nap. Or dad comes home, changes out into his workout clothes and runs downstairs on the treadmill or goes to the gym or does whatever, and they don't let me off work. Your job is to work until 5, 4, 6, whatever your end time is, that is your end time. Whether the parents come home or not has no bearing on letting you go early. So the expectation should not be that if mom comes home early, you get let off early. That's not the way it works. Consider yourself lucky and have a bonus if mom says, hey, I got home early on Friday, you're welcome to leave. Bonus, you get a couple of extra hours. Amazing, you're lucky. Again, take a step back. Look at it from the parent side. They rarely get downtime. They're at work all day and then they're at work at home because they're managing their own household, their own children, their own life. And so they never get a break. So if you can give them that hour of peace while they take a nap, take a shower, go to the gym, that is your job and they are still paying you for that time. The end goal is to raise happy, healthy children who are well-adjusted. And the best thing for that is healthy, well-adjusted parents. And parents need a break too, and parents need downtime. So whether mom sits on the couch all day because she's a stay-at-home mom and you're working all day, if they are paying you and you are happy in the position, then it's a win-win. There's no need to judge the parents for what they choose to do with their time. That's not up to you. Are we done yet? I can't even handle myself in this video. Okay, we're gonna keep going. The next one we've talked about before is if you're a new nanny asking for an experienced nanny's wage. As soon as you come in asking for a high wage of $30, $40 an hour when you've only done babysitting as a teenager or you've had a job for the last year, it doesn't look good on you. It's entitlement to say you are a gold star nanny, a 10-star nanny, an experienced nanny when you are not. Everyone can see it and everyone knows. So make sure to build yourself up over time and then you will definitely be able to get those professional nanny, experienced nanny wages. But you can't start off there. Liking kids, being good with kids, it's not enough. Again, I already posted it up above. Knowing your worth is where to start with this, and charging appropriately for your city, for the job expectations, and for your experience is the most important to get you to those higher wages faster. We've talked a little bit about this in the past as well, and that's not my job. The nanny boards right now are full of it, and I know before you start putting it in the comments, I know parents' expectations are out of control. I said it at the beginning, it's not just nannies, it's parents as well. So entitlement runs both ways. But we can come together and help the families grow and learn by helping them out a little bit, depending on what it is. In the last video, I said if it takes less than 10, 15 seconds, just do it. And that goes for here too. If there's a cup at the top of the stairs, pick it up and take it downstairs and put it in the dishwasher. If there's a plate in the sink, pick it up and put it in the dishwasher. If it takes only a few seconds and it's on your way anyway, it doesn't matter. If you're doing the children's sheets and there's a couple of parents' towels that fit in that load, why not throw them in? The goal is healthy, well-adjusted children. And if you can help in any way, then that's what you're there to do with this family. Again, I know, families take advantage. They leave not one plate in the sink, but a pile of plates. They don't leave 2 towels, they leave 4 loads. I know, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about those little things that take 10, 15 seconds to do every day, and they're on your way anyway. That's all I'm talking about. So changing it from that's not my job to just doing some of these little things. And if there are huge plates in the dishwasher, if there are huge loads of laundry that you can't get through, it's time to sit down and talk to the family. I know how to get this video back on track. Gratitude. Several years ago, someone gave me this book as a gift and I still use it to this day. It is, can you see it? The 5-Minute Journal. You don't have to buy this book. It is quite expensive for a notebook. So you can do this in any book. It doesn't have to be this book. And I'll give you the how. Let me just open up to a middle where I haven't written. In this book, it has an inspirational quote at the top, which I love. But the most important part is you're going to write down a few things. First thing in the morning, you're going to write, I am grateful for. This can be anything. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful I get to go to work today. I'm grateful for my children. Whatever you personally are grateful for, you write down 3 things. Then, what would make today great? This is where, for me and work and what we're talking about is perfect. What would make today great? Today would be great if I walk in and the kids were in a good mood. If I walk in and the dishes were done. If I walk in and the parents say, thank you for doing an amazing job. You put what would make today great. Again, 3 things. This takes no time at all. Then the daily affirmation. I am whatever you want. I am strong. I am thankful for the job I have. I am capable. I am growing every day. I'm developing. There's so many options. You can do whatever you want. Then that's the 3. So you're going to do 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, and 1 daily affirmation. Then in the evening, you're going to do 3 amazing things that happened today. Today, I got to sit down for 10 minutes and have a break. Today, I was let go an hour early. Today, I drove to work and there was 0 traffic. Whatever it is for you that made today great, you're going to write down 3 things. And then, how could I have made today better? Not someone else. How could I have made today better? I could have been more patient with the children. I could have gotten up 5 minutes early and did my meditation. I could have exercised. I could have gone for a walk. Whatever, again, is important to you. And I find that over time, when you write this out, you start to see the things that you're grateful for. You start to see the things that make your life great. We tend to focus, we all do it, on the negatives, the parents, the things that they're not doing, the dishes, the kids' behavior, the no raises, the no bonus. Those are all the things that seem to be top of mind. And that's what for me, I believe, that's what leads to the entitlement. So if every day you write down in a book what you're grateful for, I truly believe it can change your life. Give it a try for 30 days. That's your action item. 30 days of writing in a journal. You can order this one. Oh, there we go, the 5-minute journal. Take a blank piece of paper, start today, start writing down what you're grateful for, and I promise you, things will start to look up. Check out the new parent videos on Wednesday or tell your employers, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.